Hey guys, this is Alex here, and in today's video, we have quite a bit to talk about, and as I'm sure you've already heard, the government is issuing all sorts of aid and all sorts of help to both businesses and consumers throughout the country to help stimulate the markets despite this terrible pandemic that we are currently going through. As of a couple of days ago, it was released that the government would be distributing cash infusions into the bank accounts of pretty much every American over the coming weeks. It's going to be in the form of a gift. You can look at it as an early tax refund. Really whatever you want to call it. It's just money that you can do whatever it is you please with. And I wanted to make a short video sharing exactly how this will work, how much you can expect to see, if any, and what to do with the money if you do receive a very nice stimulus check from Uncle Sam. Before I get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and comment any video ideas you have in the comment section. So let's get into it. So obviously from the title of this video, you can guess that the majority of Americans will be receiving around $1,200 from the government, but I can't guarantee that you will receive that. From my understanding, every taxpayer who earns less than $75,000 per year, and that's what they showed on their last tax return, will be receiving that $1,200 check. It hasn't been disclosed whether or not you're going to be receiving this via direct deposit or maybe just a check in the mail that the government's going to send you. But needless to say, as long as you filed your taxes for 2019 or at least 2018, then you should be receiving that money sometime this month. Now, I believe that they also pushed the tax deadline back to July 15th. So if you haven't filed your taxes yet for this past year, which is 2019, then they're simply just going to use your tax return from 2018 to determine whether or not you will be getting a check and for how much. But what about if you make over $75,000 per year? Well, here's how this will work. For every $100 that you made over the $75,000 mark, you will receive $5 less in your stimulus check. So as an example, if you made $85,000, that's $10,000 over the $75,000 mark, meaning we would multiply, what is that? 100, I believe? Yeah, 100 times $5, which comes out to $500. So you would receive $700 instead of $1,200 on your check. And this goes all the way up to $99,000 per year, in which case you will not be receiving a stimulus check from the government. Sorry to all you six-figure earners out there, looks like you're gonna have to do without it. Now that first example was talking about people that were filing as single on their last tax return. However, if you are filing jointly with a spouse, then basically everything is doubled. So it goes up to $150,000 because you just take that $75,000, two people, so it goes up to $150,000, and then you'll receive something all the way up to if you make $200,000 jointly, and then the same scale applies, except instead of $100 or instead of $5 less for every $100 more you make, it's $5 less for every $200 more that you make. So I hope that makes sense. Now, what about kids? Are kids going to receive anything during this time? So the way that this will work, obviously children will not be receiving a check for $1,200 or a direct deposit for $1,200 in their name, but how this will work is that the parent or the guardian of every child under the age of 17 will be receiving a check or direct deposit of $500 to help pay for certain childcare expenses and ease the burden. Now, if your last tax return did show more than $99,000 and you've now been laid off or furloughed because of the situation, obviously you may be able to use some financial help, but that will have to come in the form of unemployment or some other government program. I think the government's going to come out with some new programs that are going to help ease the financial burden for folks, but you are going to have to apply for that separately because you are not going to be included in this round of stimulus checks. So now you have an idea of how much you are going to be receiving, and we don't know exactly when this is going to be happening, but hopefully soon. I'd imagine the government is not going to lag on this because I know there's a lot of people out there that are needing the money. But now let's briefly talk about what to do with this money when you do get your check deposited. So the first thing this money should go towards is anything urgent and any necessities that you may not have the money for otherwise. This is going to include things like food, rent, transportation, and preferably in that order. Although transportation may not cost you much for a couple of weeks since, we're all quarantined. But if you're out of work and you're not bringing any money in, then this check should be used for exactly what the government is sending it out for, which is to help cover your basic and immediate expenses. Don't even think about investing it or taking any chances with it if you don't have money to pay for rent or your grocery fund is looking a little slim. Now, if you do still have the means to pay for all of your basic needs and are fortunate to still have a job, unlike many who have been temporarily displaced or laid off from their gigs, then this is a great opportunity for you to accelerate your financial goals. The next thing you should be looking at is your debt. So if you have any consumer debt whatsoever, and I'm not talking about your mortgage or any other form of so-called good debt, we're talking credit cards, student loans, medical debt, personal loans, etc., that type of thing, then I would recommend using this check to knock out a big portion of that. You may have a credit card that has a balance of like $800 or $900. Go ahead and knock it out with this check. Or maybe student loans that have been stressing you out for years. Throw this check towards that snowball. Any kind of bad debt that is bogging you down, this stimulus check should be used to accelerate that debt snowball. Now, if you have an income and the means to support yourself and your family, and you also have no debt and are in a solid financial position, then this check should be used for investing. I can't tell you exactly what to invest it in, and you may be best just keeping it in a savings account until you figure out what you do want to invest it in, but needless to say, if you are in a position where this money will not make a difference in improving any specific area of your life, then it's just like gravy and should be thrown on an investment vehicle. Take advantage of some of the super cheap stocks that are already available and will continue to be available. The greatest opportunities for investors will always come during times of economic contraction and instability. Or maybe just put the $1,200 into your house savings fund to accelerate your first home purchase. You can also put it into some form of a mutual fund, preferably one that allows it to grow slowly and remain liquid for some kind of an investment in the near future. But whatever it is you do, try not to blow it on random crap and actually put this money into some form of an asset. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this content helpful, and I hope I got you excited a little bit here, just reminding you that you're going to be getting a check here in the mail or via direct deposit pretty soon. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button down below. It would really mean a lot to me and help me to continue to grow my audience and grow this channel. And of course, hit the subscribe button to join the community. And any video ideas that you guys have or things that you guys want me to cover, go ahead and drop that in the comment sections down below and we'll get the conversation started. Thank you so much and have a great day.